Hello, 11th class IC students. Vandana Shrivastava welcomes you all in her drama class of the Tempest Act 2 Scene 1. Dear students, in our last meet we have seen how Gonzalo creates an imaginary island. And he says that if he were the ruler of the island, he would keep it in a completely uncivilized state with no money, commerce, learning, laws, servants, masters, farming, work, technology, and no weapons. Nothing would be allowed to intrude on its natural state. As Sebastian and Antonio begin to ridicule his idea, Ariel enters the scene, putting to sleep everyone except Antonio and Sebastian. So all are all are sleeping except Alonso, Sebastian, and Antonio. Alonso says, "What also soon asleep, I wish mine eyes would with themselves shut up my thoughts." So Alonso says he's surprised and he asked, "Have all of them in sound sleep? I wish mine eyes would with themselves shut up my thoughts. I wish to close my eyes to end up my worrying thoughts. To end up my worrying thought, the thought that is worrying me about the loss of my son, which are disturbing me. I wish that my eyes are also closed and I may also go in sound sleep. I find they are inclined to do so, and I wish my eyes to be closed, and I am inclined to do so." Then Sebastian says, "Please you, sir, do not omit the heavy offer of it. It seldom visits sorrow; when it doth, it is a comforter." So Sebastian says, "Please you, sir, do not omit the heavy offer. Do not neglect this offer of sleep. It seldom visits sorrow. It rarely comes to the sorrowful person. So if it is coming, so you should sleep quickly. When it doth, it is a comforter. When it comes to a sorrowful person, it is a comforter. It works like a comfort." Then Antonio, "We too, my lord, will guard your person while you take your rest and watch your safety. So you go and sleep and we will guard." Means Antonio and Sebastian, we will guard you and you take your rest. We will watch you for your safety. Then Alonso says, "Thank you, wondrous heavy. Thank you, and I am feeling sleepy, drowsiness." Alonso sleeps and exit Ariel. Then Sebastian says, "What a strange drowsiness possesses them." Sebastian is also surprised that what a strange sleep has overtaken to them. Then Antonio says, "It's the quality of the climate. It is the nature of the climate." Then Sebastian says, "Why doth it not then our eyelids sink? I find not myself disposed to sleep." Sebastian says, "They all are in sound sleep. Why not our eyes are heavy with drowsiness? I find not myself disposed to sleep. I do not find myself inclined to sleep." Then Antonio says, "Nor I. Yes, nor I. I also do not want to sleep. My spirits are nimble. My spirits are alert. They fell together all as by consent. All these men have fallen asleep together as if by common agreement that we will go to sleep together. They dropped as by a thunder stroke. They seemed to have been struck by the thunder lightning. What might, worthy Sebastian? What might have happened to them that altogether they are in sound sleep? Oh, what might? No more. Okay, but I shall say no more. And yet methinks, and yet I think, I see it in thy face, I see it in your face, what thou shouldest be, what you cherish in your heart. The occasion speaks thee, the opportunity offers itself to you, and my strong imagination sees a crown dropping upon thy head, and my powerful imagination sees a crown that is descending upon your head. So he is playing a conspiracy against Alonso and is making a plan. And now he is instigating Sebastian that you should take the opportunity of this. Your king, your brother is in sound sleep, and we can go with a good opportunity. And he says that I see a crown on your head. Sebastian could not understand what does he want to say. And Sebastian says, what, art thou waking? So he says, are you awake? Then Antonio, do you not hear me speak? I am speaking. Then how can I be in the sound sleep, or I am sleeping? Then Sebastian, I do. And surely it is a sleepy language. So Sebastian says, yes, but I see what you are saying, it is a sleepy language spoken in the sleep. And thou speakest out of thy sleep. Whatever you are saying in your sleep. What is it thou didst say? What was it you said? This is a strange repose. This is a kind of sleep. To be asleep with eyes wide open. Many people, they sleep this way only. Their eyes are open. In the same way you are doing. Your eyes are open. You are standing, you are speaking, you are moving, and yet you are in fast asleep. Antonio says, noble Sebastian, thou lettest thy fortune sleep, die rather winkest, whilst though you are waking. So Antonio says, noble Sebastian, you let your fortune go by. You are not welcoming your fortune. Die rather at winkest. Means you are letting it to go by while keeping your eyes closed, when you should awake. So actually Antonio is planning of to kill Alonso so that Sebastian will be the next king of Alonso. And Sebastian is unable to understand what does he mean. Sebastian said, though dost snore distinctly, there is a meaning in thy snores. So Sebastian says, you are sleeping and clearly snoring, but there is a hidden meaning in your snores. So now he coming little bit to the meaning of the words of Antonio. He said, I find some hidden meaning. Then Antonio says, I am more serious than my custom. You must be so too. So Antonio says, I am very serious this time, as I was earlier. Than my custom, as I was earlier. And you must be so too, and you should be also serious like me. If heed me, which to do troubles thee over. You should also be serious this time. And if you heed my advice, if you heed my advice, which to do troubles thee over, means you can have triple promotion. Sebastian says, well, I am standing water. Okay, now I will listen to you like a stagnant water. Then Antonio says, I will teach you how to flow. Then Antonio says, if you listen me carefully, I will teach you how to rise to a great height. Then Sebastian, do so to Eve, hereditary sloth instructs me. Yes, to let the opportunity go by. This laziness is inherited to me. This is an inherited quality which makes me actionless. Then Antonio says, oh, if you but knew how the purpose cherish, whilst thou does you mock it, how in stripping it, you more invest it. So Antonio says, if you but knew how the purpose cherish, if you knew how precious is the opportunity this time, while you are mocking it, how in stripping it, how in depriving the language of its meaning, you more invest it. You are hiding it, means you are hiding it, the meaning of my words. Ebbing men indeed most often do so near the bottom run. Ebbing men, men who let the opportunity go, most often do so near the bottom run. They wreck their career. They wreck their career by their own fear or sloth, by their own hesitation and laziness. Sebastian, Preeti, say on. Please go on what you want to say. The setting of thine eye and cheek proclaim, your fixed look and your cheek announce a matter from thee and a birth indeed. Means it announces an important communication, a birth of important communication which throws thee much to yield, which seems to be struggling within you, and you want to bring it out. You want to say something very special thing. Then Antonio says thus, although this Lord of weak remembrance, this who shall be of as little memory when he is earthed. So pointing to Gonzalo, Antonio says, thus, sir, although this Lord of weak remembrance, this Lord means Gonzalo, who is of weak remembrance because he is already very of old age. This who shall be of as little memory, who will be remembered very little when he is earth, when he will be buried in the earth. Means after his death, he will not be remembered. Hath here almost persuaded, for he is a spirit of persuasion. He had practiced the art of persuading anybody. He is a spirit of persuasion. He is very clever in the art of persuasion. Only professes to persuade the king his sons alive. He is in the profession to persuade that the king's son is alive. Ferdinand is alive.